DUIs, child support, gambling habits, and bad business decisions. This is how NBA players go from millionaires to dirt broke. Let's start with someone who made a mess of his finances and also got sued for scamming a true legend of the game. It's your boy Christian Laettner. This man played 13 seasons in the NBA and earned $60 million in the process. And he even won an Olympic gold medal with the US men's team in 1992. When he retired, things started to go south. A bunch of bad investments and some dodgy real estate purchases led to him owing a cool $14 million to creditors in North Carolina. Ouch. NBA legend Scottie Pippen also sued this guy. The two met on the Olympic team in '92 and hit it off. Our boy asked Scottie P if he wanted in on a deal to buy the Memphis Grizzlies, only for the deal to fall through and Laettner never returned the money. Pippen was awarded $2.5 million in reparations after suing Laettner. Unlike Laettner, Darius Miles ended up coming full circle into a bromance instead of destroying one. Christian came into the league young, straight out of school, but that comes with a lack of maturity and he never quite got going after retiring at 27. But the promise he showed coming into the league netted him a sweet $61 million in that short time. He lost so much money in bad business deals that he filed for bankruptcy in 2016. These days he's doing great though and runs the Knuckleheads podcast with his buddy Quentin Richardson, which we all love to see, am I right? Someone who had a much longer career in the NBA was Kenny Anderson, a 14-year veteran who was a one-time All-Star with the New Jersey Nets. That doesn't mean he had a better grasp on his finances though. This guy suffered from many personal problems. He had 7 kids with 5 women, got divorced multiple times, and the child support payments alone crippled our boy's finances, not to mention the DUI charges. It's not all bad though. Anderson has since turned things around and released a documentary showing how he got back on the right track. And he's not the only player who struggled at the mercy of child support payments, because Glenn Rice suffered the same fate. This guy was a true baller, a 3-time All-Star with Charlotte and considered to be one of the best in the league at the time. But he was charging for memorabilia and autograph signings when he'd retired, trying to make ends meet when some bad deals and huge child support bills made it impossible for him to live on his own. He petitioned to get the monthly payments reduced, and this was granted, a real turning point. So yeah, sometimes things turn around. No more than with Larry Grandmama Johnson.
Ow. She's nice and mighty, just ripping it on.
My boy had the world at his feet when he entered the NBA, but things didn't quite work out. Injuries and long-term back problems required surgery, and surgeries get expensive. Grandmama had to retire early, and by 2015 he filed for bankruptcy. Dropping bags on all those medical bills left him unable to pay child support, owing one woman over $800,000. He couldn't pay up, so she ended up settling for his house. Talk about losing it all, my man lost his home. Damn. Another guy who lit things up early in his career but never quite made that next step was Derrick Coleman. Rookie of the year in '91 with the Nets, he ended up being nothing more than a journeyman over 13 seasons in the league. My guy made a sweet $90 million in that time, but soon he would be left with nothing. It's never really been reported exactly how he went broke, but man, did he live a lavish life, and to party hard, he probably just couldn't stop spending. He learned his life lesson though, and my boy went back to college to get his degree and now spends his life supporting at-risk youth groups. Amen to that. You know who didn't fail to deliver on promise as a young player? Shawn Kemp, that's who. This guy lit up the league for Seattle in the 90s. Fast, powerful, and a scorer of highlight reel dunks. Over 14 years, he netted a $91 million paycheck, but now as of 2022, he's worth only $1 million. Huge legal fees and paying child support to 6 different families has run my man into the ground. Here's hoping he can build back his life up again in the future. He's entertained too many people to end up totally broke. Another entertaining player, Latrell Sprewell was more of a bad boy in the league, having many attitude problems include choking out a coach. You'd think that would dent his career, but nah, my man was still able to stack $100 million before he retired. One thing seemed to haunt him though, turning down another $21 million from the Timberwolves in 2004, saying, "I got a family to feed." Sprewell would never sign another deal, and the bill for keeping his family fed must have been huge. Just 3 years after he called it a day in the NBA, Latrell's assets were being seized and frozen as he defaulted on payments left, right, and center. A true case of pride getting in the way of your life choices. Man. From bad boy behavior on the court to off it, Vin Baker ended up losing everything through bad choices. A regular all-star contender and key player for the Bucks in the 90s, but also an alcoholic and addict. Earning over $90 million, but even during his career struggling with his addictions. This led my man to a financial crisis once those paychecks stopped coming in. He hit rock bottom, but proof that anything can be turned around. He got clean, spent some time running a Starbucks, and is now the assistant coach at the team that drafted him, the Milwaukee Bucks.
So I got the email from Starbucks saying, what do you think about retail? And I was like, sure, I can run a few stores. I didn't realize that retail meant actually being a barista.
I don't know about you guys, but someone with that much life experience must be a really great coach to have for young ballers on the squad. If you thought our guy Vin went from hero to zero in double time, then you gotta hear Antoine Walker's story. He played great ball for the Celtics, making All-Star 3 times before going to Miami and playing a big role in the 2006 title run. Walker made almost $109 million from his playing career. Just a year after that title-winning season in Miami though, things weren't looking so hot for our boy. He was still playing, signed to Minnesota, but Antoine had a bit of a gambling problem. Well, a big problem. Not to mention the legal fees he racked up by breaking the law. He filed for bankruptcy while he was still technically in the league. Damn, that's gotta sting.
I used to be with Jacob. I used to get all the new watches. I had 15, 20 watches at one time.
He seems to be on a better path now though, and is a regular on ESPN's NBA coverage as an analyst. Damn, these guys need to take a leaf out of my man LeBron's books. Did you know he's the cheapest guy in the NBA? Probably why he's worth $1 billion. Don't take my word for it. Check out this video to see how he spends his fortune. Oh, and before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to keep up with our content. Peace!